What's up, guys? Welcome back to Iron Mind, the podcast that's gonna blow your mind. I'm Adrian, I'm the host of this program, and today we'll talk about nobody is coming to save you. And when you get it, when you understand that, it's very powerful. It's a very interesting topic because I think I reached this moment of my life last year. Last year, I went into this moment of my life of, wait a second, no one is coming to save me. I have to make my decision to progress. I have to make some decision to progress. And sometimes the decision you make are really hard, and but you learn from it. I think it's when you understand that, no one is here to save you, and doesn't mean that you shouldn't have support or whatnot. It means that all the decision you're gonna make in life, all the opportunity that you're gonna take or not, would affect you mentally. And I think when you understand all of that, you can evolve so fast in life. But before I keep on rolling, guys, before I keep on moving into this podcast, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friend, with people. If you feel the topic resonates with you, if you feel that you connect with what I say today, give me a follow and like it, share it with your friend. And more we have people, remember, viewers into this podcast on Spotify or on YouTube, more I can bring guests and make this podcast even more enjoyable, even more clear for you. Because again, as I say to you, if I bring an expert into a topic, the expert can explain that a little bit better than I will. Remember, I am French. I would do a lot of mistake when I'm talking. Like, for example, one of my members yesterday came to me and say, "Oh, you say something in your podcast. I wanted to talk to you about it." It's like, we all try it, and that's not what I wanted to mean. I wanted to say is, we all try it, and I was talking about porn, and she was like, "No, I never done porn. I watch porn, but I never done porn." And I was like, I know what you mean. So remember, I am French, and I think I would love to have some English lesson or some vocabulary lesson with someone. So if you are listening to the podcast and you're an expert on that, if you want to help me, if you want to help me with my accent as well to make it a little bit clearer for you to understand what I'm talking about, what I'm saying, that would be incredible. So don't forget, guys, like, subscribe, and share. That's the most important part. And if I come back to the topic of today, so no one is coming to save you, and that's your power when you understand it, is there is always a moment in life where it's a bit quiet and comfortable, and I would say terrifying, a little bit terrifying. And one that hit when this sentence is of like hit, sorry, and of no one is coming to save you, because there is no perfect opportunity, there is no magical breakthrough, there is no one who's going to walk into your life and fix it. When you understand that, sometimes it can be very scary. It can be this feeling can feel very heavy. It can feel hopeless, but it's also something that you can reverse of, like, well, is actually the most freeing truth you'll ever learn. When you understand that no one is coming to save you, you start acting in your life instead of waiting for someone, waiting for an opportunity to come. If you chase those opportunity, if you fail and repeat and go on and keep on going, you'll see your life would evolve. If you wait for something, it doesn't really work. It doesn't really happen. The only thing I would say work is love. When you look for love, when you look for a relationship, you most of the time attract the wrong person, or you never find it. But if you chill and just live your life and stay who you are, if you don't change what you are because of someone would come and connect with you. So that's the only thing I would say. You can wait, and hopefully someone will come in your life and change it. I classify all those no one is coming to save you in few segments, 5 segments, okay? And we're going to go through the segment, and I will try to explain the best I can. But before we keep on rolling, remember, this podcast always starts with a quote. And the quote of the day is from Robert Brault. Brault is a writer. He say, enjoying the little thing in life. For one day, Sorry, I have my Siri thing who popped up, and I'm just gonna tell Siri to stop talking to me right now. So let's go back to the quote. The quote say, "Enjoy the little thing in life. Well, one day you may look back and realize they were big thing. So enjoy the little thing in life. For one day you may look back and realize they're actually big thing." And it's true. Quite often we do thing and without really realizing how big they will be in your future. Like, oh, I'm gonna have a good routine in my life. I'm gonna wake up and do that. Sorry, do my shower, do that. Creating this routine, creating all the stuff around your life, even if they are small, can make you explode, right? If you create a routine, if you create a habit, and if you never miss it because of motivation, let's say you're not motivated to wake up early, you're not motivated to go to bed. If you every single day you repeat the same thing, even with your motivation the lowest as possible, you would have this feeling of accomplishment. And all those stuff, all those little habits that you create in your personal life, in your professional life, would make you involved. There is no reason that you won't get involved, and there is no reason that you're gonna grow from it. So the first segment is the lie we've been tell or sold. And why I say sold, because quite often we watching movies, social media, or some successful story that seems a little bit like incredible, and most of the time those people are discovered by someone, and you're like, oh well, if this person's been discovered by, let's say, Lady Gaga, or been like refused so many times because people were saying you don't look good, na na na, and one day someone discovered Lady Gaga, and then she became what she is, an incredible actress, an incredible singer. She's very talented, right? But someone discovered her. She worked really hard, and that's one thing that I want you to understand is when you talk about the story of Lady Gaga, people say, "Oh, someone discovered her, and then she exploded, and boom." No, it's not the true reality. At the behind closed door, you don't see what people go through, and I think Lady Gaga went from so many moments of giving up in life, but she never give up, and she became what she is, not because of someone who discovered her, but because she worked so fucking hard. Now what we're gonna be hearing is someone discover her and bring her where she is because of whatnot, which is not true. Now, I believe that if you are waiting long enough, or if you are waiting for something to happen, well, it's going to be more time for you not to involve. If you are waiting in something, if you are waiting for an opportunity to come to you, which is my case at the moment, like I'm waiting maybe one day to be an actor, it would not happen. It's not how it works. I think when you understand that you need to get out of your comfort zone, that you need to not care about what people think and do the thing you truly believe you are good at, and do it not 50% or 80%, but doing it 100%, you're gonna break through for sure. So the lie we've been told quite often in the movies and whatever is someone discover you and rescue you, and that was the turning point, which is not true. No one is here to rescue you. No one is here to give you this opportunity. Of course, there are some people who's gonna pop in your life and give you an opportunity, and you are the master of your decision. Means that sometimes you reject this decision, and quite often is where you realize later on you're like, fuck, I should have taken it. And I take my experiences. I have so many opportunity in France to coach in this gym, whatnot, or doing that, and every time I was like, no. And now that I'm a bit older, I'm like, fuck, you should have tried. You should have given it a try. So that's a regret in my life. Is when you have an opportunity, don't push it away because you're scared of it. Just sit down, calm yourself down, think about it, and try to make it. Segment 2 is the turning point. At some point, you either keep waiting or you shift. You stop asking yourself, who's going to help me, but you start asking yourself, what can I do right now? That's a moment where everything change. Everything. Because when you accept that no one is coming for you, you stop outsourcing your life. Means you stop waiting for permission, you stop blaming timing, circumstances, or people. You take your ownership. That's what I say to you. If you are waiting for someone to come and not creating the opportunity, you can wait a long time. It's so rare that someone, let's say, I'm in my class here, like CrossFit class, and there is a casting director I don't even fucking know, and he's walking to me and say, "Man, I want you in my movie." What are the chances for me that's happened? Probably 1%. 1% chance that that would happen, which is never gonna happen. I need to put myself out. I need to show what I'm capable of, and that's where the opportunity would come. I would maybe fail so many times. And if I take acting as an example, how many actors you listen now that they are very famous and they explain to you what's happened in their life before they became what they are? They went to an audition, fell. Went to another audition, fell. Went to another audition, fell. And after 200 to 300 audition, something happened. And you have two ways to approach that. The failure of, you can approach the failure by being like, "Oh, I'm shit. I'm not good enough. It's my fault." And or you can be like, "Yeah, oh, I didn't get it. It's fine. I'm gonna work on a different skill that maybe is gonna open door later on, or I'm gonna work on a different approach to my casting or to my audition." And it's the same with your, let's say you want to be a very successful seller guy, and you try to sell to one client, doesn't work, another client doesn't work, and what you're going to try to do, or you stay to the same methodology that you use to sell something, but it doesn't work, or you work one every 10 clients, or you try to progress and improve your way to approach the selling. Instead of like sticking to what you know, can you get out of your comfort zone and learn different skill that can potentially change the selling to 1 out of 10 to maybe 5 out of 10? And that's a big improvement. And I think is the turning point, right? It's instead of telling yourself who's going to help me, who's the person who's going to help me, change it by what can I do right now to be better. And that's a turning point. I think when you get it, when you have that, you have a massive turning point. The segment number 3, it's responsibility isn't a punishment. And if I can be clear with you, this isn't about blaming yourself for everything that's going wrong, because life can be unfair. People can let you down, and circumstances can be very brutal. But responsibility isn't about fault, it's about control. When you recognize that even if you didn't choose the situation you are in, you still get the chance to choose your response to it. And that's what I try to say to a lot of people. For example, I'm not saying any name, but someone came to me and said, "Fuck, I was planning to go to bed early. I was planning to not do that because I talked to this person, and this person said to me, 'No, I will do the job.' And last minute she changed and she asked me to do the job." The response, you have two response here of not victimize yourself, but more like, it's not fair, or you fucking do the job for 30 to 40 minutes. Do the fucking job as much as you don't like it, and move on from it. Do not bring that back to the table again the day later. Don't be like, "Yeah, oh fuck yesterday." No, move on. Because all the thought process that you're going to have would be very impacting into your day, into your mood, into your everything. My advice to you, and it happened to me, I used to be like that, always like, how do you say this word? Repeating, basically. I'm always repeating what was wrong, always. And I was like, "Oh fuck, They ask me to cover last minute, or again, um, I don't have an example here, but let's say the covering. They ask me if I always say that to myself. Oh, they asked me to cover. They asked me to cover. It's unfair. It's unfair. Last minute. No, no, no. I'm gonna be pissed off every single day. But if I'm like, yeah, okay, I cover your class. Is fine. And the the thing you need to know, guys, and I think is really important. Do not expect anything in return. So, for example, now I'm covering classes. Let's say I'm covering the class of someone. I won't expect him to do that for me. Because if I do, I would be disappointed and that would affect my mood. So, my advice to you on this case, like responsibility isn't a punishment, is you are responsible of your action. So if you say yes, because like if I take the example, the person who say, oh, last minute she asked me to do the paperwork, I was planning to go to bed. If you accept, you cannot being angry about it. You cannot be sad. You cannot be repeating that because you accept it. If you say no and the person insists, that's a different thing. It would be way harder to move on. But if you say yes, you have no right to complain about it because you accept it. You say yes. And it's the same for me. When I was like, fuck, I don't want to cover this class. And I was saying, yes, shut up doing it. Do your class and don't be like, oh, but that's so unfair. They asked me last minute. Fuck off. You know what I mean? If I don't want to do the class, if I feel it's going to impact me, if I feel it's going to be annoying in my day, I just have to say no, done. So responsibility is not a punishment, but you need to understand it. And when you understand that responsibility isn't a punishment, that's where the power comes. That's where you understand life a little bit better. Instead of blaming, instead of repeating, instead of dropping your mood down, you just go with it. You say yes, it's your responsibility, it's your action. Do it and don't complain about it. Little advice in life. I don't know if that's going to help you, but I believe for me it helped me because I used to be so drained about it. About like, fuck, it's so annoying. It's always me. Now I'm just like, yeah, I'll do it. That's fine. And I don't expect anything in return. Just do it. My segment 4, the small action that change everything. Taking control doesn't mean flipping your life overnight. Doesn't mean that. It's not a dramatic transformation. It's small, consistent decision. And if you think about it, showing up when you don't feel like it. Quite often. It happens so many times that you don't want to do something. For example, right now we are training a lot for Touring Pro. And there is someday my body or my brain don't really want to do anything. And when I say don't really want to do anything, is physically thing, is doing workout. My body is so ruined, then I'm like, oh, do I really want to move this worm? No. Do I really want to do that many toast about? Do I want to do this gymnastic thing? No. But I'm going even if I don't feel like it, because that's what we call consistency. And if you're consistent with your decision and your life, there is no reason that you don't succeed. Doing uncomfortable thing. Definitely. And that's what I say in the previous segment. Let's say you are a seller and you sell one product. So 1 out of 10 clients. So you see one person, this person take it, and the last 9 don't take it. Do something uncomfortable about it. Instead of like sticking to what you are good at and sticking to what you think you are good at, maybe go ask for a bit of help. Go ask for some help. How can I improve my methodology towards selling stuff? Instead of like, oh, one day is going to come. And that's what happened. For example, if I take me as a business owner, I own a sauna and an ice bath company called La Pose Recovery. I am in this kind of like, no one's going to save you. I start to understand that because I was waiting and hoping that people would come. Now, what can I do to bring people to make this place, this La Pose, the sauna, incredible for other people? And I think I have to get out of my comfort zone to make it work and not being waiting for stuff. So that's the thing is, so small action that can change everything. Action number 1 is showing up and you don't feel like it. Action number 2, doing the uncomfortable thing. Action number 3, taking one step forward, even if it's super messy. Because those small actions can be super powerful, even if they are super small, super slow, super quiet. Do those actions, and that would change your life. Because I think doing those 3 things, so if I repeat the small action you should do is showing up when you don't really want to, doing uncomfortable thing, and taking one step forward, even if it's messy. Because trying, failing, and start again is where you create character, is where you create toughness, is where you create who you're gonna be. If you always stop after one failure or 2 or 3, well, you would get stuck to the same level every single time. I failed so many fucking time, and I wanted to give up so many fucking time with La Pose. I almost sell it. I was like, you know what? It doesn't work. I'm gonna sell it. Well, my attitude now is like, make it work. Stop complaining because it doesn't work. Stop complaining saying, oh, it's because how do you call that? The inflation. People don't want to invest money. It's bullshit. Find a way to make it work. So I'm working on it. It's gonna take time, and I try different steps. I try to put it slightly more expensive. I try to put it slightly lower for the members. I try so many ways. Now I need to find a way. I need some help with people who understand the business word, and I cannot do it myself because I'm not a businessman. I am just a showman. I'm just a guy who basically try to enjoy life and didn't realize until now that you have to do some little bit of work, even if you don't feel comfortable doing those stuff, to progress. That was segment 4. Small action that can change everything. Segment 5, and that's one of the most important one. I did say in the title, no one is here to save you. And that's the power. But segment 5 say you are not alone. But it's still on you. You are not alone, but it's still on you. If you think about it, there is a nuance that people are missing. No one is coming to save you, yes, but doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. True. It's not because no one is here to save you that you cannot have support from a friend, from a guidance for a master, like someone who's really good at that. Find the people that can help you achieve what you want. For example, I want to be better in finance, with my finance. I know someone who's incredible with that, and I ask her tips and I ask her advice, and I try to apply what she tell me. So don't forget, no one is here to save you, but you can still use some people to help you reaching what you want to achieve, your goal. Because people can support you, but they can't be you. They can support you, but they can't be you. So they can support you and try to help you to be the best version of yourself. But you need to do the work. You cannot expect them to do the work. And I think I was like that with my mom, for example, when I was doing my homework. I was waiting for my mom to do the job because I was lazy. And now I'm like, I understand that that wasn't the right way to do it. But lazy and smart on the same time, if you think about it. And mom, I love you for doing that and supporting me all the time. Even my parents, like if I take my parents, they always support me in every decision I make. Every, I say to them one day, I want to be an actor, and they didn't have this. What? How can you live as an actor? They were like, if it's what you think you want to do it. And that's one thing I love the most with my parents is they never put any wall in front of my dream or in front of my thought. And I have so many moments where they should probably say, Adrian, you're going too fast. So I have so many ideas, right? I think I'm a creative person. So many ideas. Every day I'm like, oh, but what if I... But the problem with me is I'm doing 20% here, 20% here, 20% here, 20% here. And now I decide to reverse that by changing my 20% here and here and here by doing 100% to one thing. And at the moment, this one thing is you guys, is the podcast. I want to be even better. So that's why I say to you, I want to take some vocabulary lesson. I want to take some accent classes. I want to be more clever. I want to understand everything I'm saying. I want to use different word and thing to make you understand better. So my parents were incredible with that. Sometimes they should have told me because I went through so many ideas. But now I need to focus on being better on and focusing 100% on one of the idea. And then when that work, move on to the next one. So yeah, if I repeat the 5 segment, the segment number 1, the lie we are sold, which is basically, if you watch a movie or anything, it always seems like someone is always here to discover you or help you and put you in the world you want to be, which is not true. You need to get out there. You need to do the work first. Segment 2 is the turning point. The turning point is, instead of asking you the question, who's going to help me? You start asking yourself, what can I do right now to be better? If I take the sell person, if you've been selling 1 out of 10 instead of 5 or 9 out of 10, what can you change to be better? Segment number 3, responsibility is not a punishment. It is not a punishment if you recognize that you didn't choose the situation you are in, but you still get to choose your right answer. So instead of victimize yourself by, for example, accepting a cover and be like, fuck, they asked me to cover again. Well, that was your response. Your response by, yes, I'm going to cover. Do not blame yourself. Do not be negative about it. Just go with it. Do it. And don't get back to the subject here. Don't bring it back of, fuck, it's always like, no. You accept it, you assume. So segment 3, responsibility is not a punishment, but it could be a punishment if you stay into this victim mode. Segment 4, the small action that can change everything. Showing up when you don't really want to. Doing uncomfortable thing. Taking one step forward, even if it's messy. If you do those 3 things, there is a high chance that you succeed in what you want to do. And segment number 5, and that's one of the very most important one, and it's why I finish with, is no one is here to save you, yes, but you are not alone. But it's still on you, right? You can choose to have someone who help you, and there is help and help. This person help you, guide you, now put on the work and do what she say or he say. Or you can be waiting for him to do all the job for you, but that's never going to happen because no one wants you to succeed. The only person who wants you to succeed so hard is probably your parents. My dad wants me to succeed more than him. And he's the only male in the whole wide world who wants that. Most of the males around me, my friends, as much as they say, I want you to succeed, they want to succeed better than you because it's normal. It's the true reality. Is like, I want my best friend to succeed, but I would like to succeed as much as him. And I would help him to succeed, but I really want to succeed as well. Which, the day I became a dad, I want my son or my daughter to be more successful than I am. Because it's what I want for them. So yeah. Now if I'm closing this podcast, if you've been waiting for the right moment, the right person, the right sign, this is it. No one is coming. And that's not a tragedy. And that's not missing an invitation. It's an invitation to take control, to start now, to build something that actually belongs to you. Because the moment you stop waiting for someone to save you is the moment you start becoming someone who doesn't need to be saved. So if I repeat this sentence, and I think it's a beautiful sentence, the moment you stop waiting for someone to save you, it's the moment you start becoming someone who doesn't need to be saved. Remember that. Remember that. That's a very powerful one. And I would remember it, I would write it somewhere, and I would watch this sentence every single day, because I don't want to be someone who wait to be saved. I want to be someone who don't need to be saved, because I am in control of my life. And that's what I want. I don't want to be saved by someone. I want to be helped. I accept the help of people. I would work really hard to get where I want to be, but I don't want to be anymore the person that you need to save, because I'm in control of my life and I can save myself. That was today's podcast, episode number 14. We talk about no one is here to come to save you. And I hope all the segment that I give you today help you understand. And something is really important is enjoy little things in life. For one day, you may look back and realize they were a big thing. Remember these quotes. I'm always closing the podcast. Remember with this sentence, build your mind, grow your life. This sentence resonates with me because since I've been doing this podcast, I realize how much I improve, how can I say that? How much I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for situation I've been facing in my life recently where I am a different man, a different person. And who would have thought I could have changed at 34 years old? Not me, but I did. And I'm keep on going. I'm trying to be the best version of myself every single day. And again, it's not something that you say quite often, but I am proud of myself. I am proud of myself. There is still a long way to be perfect, and no one is really perfect, but I would try to reach the perfection as much as I can in my whole life. Because without chasing that, without chasing perfection, I think is where you stay stuck to the same level. When you try to be a better human, better person, there is no reason that you don't succeed. So guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would keep on doing this podcast. I know there are some people who say, why are you still doing that, man? Get a life. Well, I won't stop. I won't stop because I enjoy it. I enjoy the process. I enjoy what I'm doing. I enjoy every second of it. And remember, I don't really care what people think. I don't really care if people say, oh, he's 34 years old, he's doing a podcast. What did he expect from it? I expect nothing. I just feel good. It just feels good to talk. And since my depression, I think, is something that I realize is so important. More I talk to people, more I am aware of how I feel, and better I feel. So don't forget, guys, build your mind, grow your life. It was episode number 14. No one is here to come and save you. And that's what your power is. See you on the next episode, guys.